We're live.
Hello. Oh, we're live.
Sorry.
Hello. What? Are we good to go then? Hello, and welcome back, everybody. Man, I'm so happy we're finally back on Xbox International Airlines. We are now in flight number 47. Sourblow. How many? Dude, I thought we were already in flight 50 because I thought didn't I call 47 last time?
I don't even know. To be
Yeah,
honest.
probably a little bit lost. Oh, that's everything sound, yeah. But anyways, let me start and introduce this sweet, cool panel, and let us start with first the man to my left, up there, Mr. Sourblow. Happy New Year to you, sir, and how have you been doing?
Oof, I've been super busy, but super excited to come back. I've been hanging out with the family. I have been playing a lot this holiday, especially after Christmas. But yeah, super excited. As you can see, we got new things, new intro, new templates, and other new things that hopefully we will start to announce slowly. We're testing a lot of things right now, so you guys let us know how's the audio quality, how you guys like in the template. Do you guys like the intro? Let us know in the chat. And we'll be testing more things and we'll be announcing more things probably like each week. I don't know because there's a lot of things we're working on, and it's only for the better of the show. So yeah.
Oh man, that's great. Sarah Blow, great job on everything. Great job on organizing this. We were a little bit scared, but hey, you got it, brother. Pretty cool. And now our sexy, awesome captain, Silent Cypher. Happy New Year to you too, sir. How are you, brother? Thank you.
What about you,
Yeah,
Crazy?
and me? Oh man, y'all know what happened 3 weeks ago. I got married. Yeah, it's been one. Uh, what?
Oh really? Oh man. All right.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. So silent.
Okay.
Oh, please a second.
Can someone hear you now?
Talk, silent. Talk. Yeah. Can you hear silent? You can't hear him still. Sound.
So
Oh.
little. Oh man, that's weird though. Let me see.
Okay, Sarah. Why you keep on talking? Well, let me just brag a little bit. Well, guys, let me sit down. Wow, Sarah gets it fixed. I got married 3 weeks ago. It's been 3 weeks ago. It's almost been a month though. Yeah, I mean we're now at the 11th. We got 5 more days to a month since I've been married. It's been one crazy month. I mean, we had family members drop in all throughout Christmas. We traveled to Terrenas. We were at the beach, and then we came back here. And then all of a sudden we were at Los Haitises, and then we came back here, spent 31st year, which is an insane ride. And like, oh man, I was just tired. So much family, but hey, it was so much fun though. It was so much fun chilling with the family. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, but yeah, I'm just tired. Like last weekend, I was just man. I'm not going anywhere. I stayed at home and I slept and I slept and I slept just to recover my energy, man. It was just an intense 3 weeks. Wedding was great, and guys, once I get all the wedding videos and everything, I think we should maybe we should put it on the channel. Should we set up? Should we show the wedding on the channel? Or should we put it on Twitter?
I
Hmm.
don't. That's up to the chat to
Yeah,
decide.
Chad, you decide.
But
Should I put it yeah, I should put my wedding videos on the channel. It'll be pretty cool. Yeah. But either way, though, and hey, it's been like I said, a crazy month. Super busy. I haven't actually played games. I could only play a little bit of games. I actually played what's it called? High on Life. I played a little bit, which is a really funny game. High on Life is awesome. I love High on Life. It's a really cool game. I was also playing Red Dead Redemption, Witcher 3, which I am in love with how Witcher 3 looks. Oh man, it's gorgeous. If you guys have not tried Witcher 3, you guys gotta go try Witcher 3. Fortnite, already got my Doom Slayer Fortnite in, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. And after I got Doom, like, why the heck should I keep on playing? Because, I love Doom. So I got my Doom Slayer, but yeah, I'm pretty good to go. All
But
those games. What's
oh,
up, Sour?
okay, I was just gonna say, silent, just to know if your audio is working and to see, it seems like you're a candidate to become the new director. Can you let us know how's your holidays
Yeah.
been?
Let's test it now. Testing, testing, testing. Can everyone? Oh, I hear myself on the stream, so I think we're good.
All
Okay.
right. Cool.
I think you fixed it.
Yes.
Sour. I think you put the wrong person in timeout. Is what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened.
All right. I think we're good to go now. Yes. Okay. Yep. Chat says we're good. All right. Sorry,
Okay.
chat. We're back.
All right, how you been though, Silent? Tell us, how was your holidays and everything since you were silent? Yeah.
It's been good. It's been good. So obviously, as you can tell, I've changed my venue. I would give you like a 360 tour of it, but it's not very impressive. It's not very exciting for a tour. But I will say it definitely makes for a more enjoyable podcast environment. But no, it's been good, man. I kept busy, did a lot of stuff with the fam, and I'm really, really happy to be back on the show again. Like it's been a long time. It feels like
Yeah.
we've been away from this thing for like months. So it's good. It's good. I'm excited to be back. I'm glad that the holidays are over. I love my family dearly, but I can't see any more of my in-laws for at least a couple months because I'm exhausted.
You gotta tell me. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Well, you already know what I've been playing. So Sourblow, why don't you tell everybody what you've been playing, brother?
Oh, well, I finished The Witcher finally. Oh my god, it's an amazing game. I'm dying to jump into the DLCs. And I also been playing Metros because I'm super excited for the Stalker 2 game. And I decided, you know what? Let me jump into Metro. I haven't played the Metro. I think I played one, or maybe I didn't finish it, but it was so long ago that I didn't remember anything about it. So I just decided to jump. I finished the first one. I'm into the second one. I'm pretty sure I'm at least halfway. I think I'm probably more than that. And I really been enjoying the game. I love the game mechanics. I love the whole world. I love all the environment and everything. It's only getting me more and more excited for Stalker 2. And I'm so excited. I actually love the environment and everything so much, how they putting it together, that I noticed that there's actually books about Metro. That Metro is based on books. So
Mhm.
I'm thinking of actually ordering the books and you know digging my eye into that and reading some of it.
Cool, cool, cool. How about you, Silent? What have you been playing?
Well, I haven't been playing a ton because of the holidays and stuff, but I did start jumping into something as well because Sour talking about Metro made me realize I never played those games all the way through. So I have gone back and I've started into Metro 2020 or 2033, what, the first one, right? So I'm working on that one now. And it's really good. I forgot how good that remaster was that they ended up doing, the Redux. Uh, so I've been going through and playing some of that recently. That's been a lot of fun. Besides that, it's going to sound boring, but I went back to playing more Slay the Spire because it's my comfort food when it comes to video games. When I have a long, exhausting day at work or something like that is the best option for me because I can jump into it. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't really have to be fully present. You can just sit there and play. So that's what I've been tooling around with. But crazy, what have you been playing?
Oh, I already said it though. I was
But you said what you haven't been playing. You notified us that you told us that you played a little bit of Witcher.
Yeah.
But what has your boss been letting you play?
Oh, what has my boss been letting me play? Well, I didn't say something though. When I was away out of town, though, thank God for Vampire Survivors. I was playing Vampire Survivors up and down everywhere on that cell phone. Thank God for that little game, man. Really fun game, really fun game. If y'all have not tried it, go ahead and try it out. So now,
Crazy. Before you go farther, were you doing the mobile version or were you doing the Game Pass version over stream?
No, mobile version, mobile version.
Nice. Do you like it?
Oh, it's awesome. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's awesome. I can't just, even though I'm in bed, I keep on playing it, man. It's way too much fun. Way too much fun. I can't let go of it. Too good of a game. Too good of a game.
Nice.
Well, let me shout out to these awesome passengers that are in this awesome chat today, man. Let us start with Dr. Havoc24. Hello, hello, hello. And welcome to Xbox International, sir. Tony Grasso, how are you doing, sir? Happy New Year to you, brother. And Happy New Year to you, Happy Havoc. Let me keep on going down the list. Victor Click, mi hermano. Victor Click, ¿cómo estás, mi querido hermano? Happy to see you here, sir. Feliz Año Nuevo to you, brother. Let me go down the list. Mr. Dark, Happy New Year to you, brother. Happy to see you here. Hello, hello, Purple Haze. What's up? How you doing? Hey, tomorrow I'm going to be on the Purple Haze show. Oh, man, we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. So tune in, guys. Tune in, guys. Woohoo. Oh man, Hammy the Ham Solo. What's up, Ham Solo? Happy to see you here hanging out with us, brother. Woohoo! Happy New Year. Let me keep going down the list. I already said everybody. I think that's everybody though. I think that's about it. So, since we're back. It's a dinosaur story. That's actually a cool movie, though. Have you seen it, Sourblow? You know? No? You have not seen it?
Dude, that movie's great.
Yeah,
I remember spending a bunch of time watching that as a kid.
Yeah.
It was so good.
What are we talking
about? We're talking about that. We're back, like the movie. We're back, a dinosaur story. You never seen it? So since we're back, like the dinosaur story, Sourblow, tell everybody what's the flight itinerary of today's show.
All right. Well, today we're going to keep it nice and simple. We're talking about something that actually happened today. We're actually going to jump right into that first. But after that, we are going to give our take on our most anticipated games. We're going to talk about the big games, but we're also going to dive in a little bit onto some of the other games. We want to show them some love, and we want to talk about why we're excited. If there's any game other than the big ones that you guys are super excited, please let us know in the chat. We want to know what games are you excited. I know we picked 3 each. But there's so many games. There's so many I left. And even after I was done with the list this morning, I remember about 3 other games, and I'm like, oh my god, I left this game out of the list. It's insane. This is a crazy 2023. But I think who's next? I'm kind of forgetting about the.
It's time for Captain's takeoff, man. What's up? Captain, take it away.
Right. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Sours turned on the subscribe button. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Please stow your food and beverages next to your desk, underneath your seat, or in front of you. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. Also, make sure that you've hit that notification bell. We gently remind you that smoking and drinking, they're not prohibited on this flight. However, telling all of us that you're still the king of the land after you get married is strictly prohibited. We're looking at you, crazy. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight panelists. Thank you.
All right. So, well, while our captain come back, let's start with the announced show. We have the developer direct, which was announced for January 25, at 12 p.m. I think it was Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern. So they quite gave us a lot of information, and I believe they were. Um, for me personally, I'm gonna jump ahead and I'm gonna say for me they did something that I wanted them to do with a lot of their prior events, which is just be upfront. What should we expect? And they kind of laid it all out. This is what you should expect. This is what we're gonna have, and basically, this is what we have. They're highlighting 4 games, I believe. Crazy, do you have the list there,
Hmm? Okay.
or Silent have it? Well, I know
I do
it's
have the list
okay,
though.
okay,
I
okay.
know.
I thought you
Yeah,
didn't have the
it's
list. I was
it's
gonna say it off my
Forza,
head.
Forza,
Redfall.
Redfall, Minecraft Legends, and there's the Cinemax Online games.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, which they also they said specifically Elder Scroll Online, but I'm wondering just because they said Cinema Online if they're gonna show something else, maybe that rumor like mobile game. Just saying,
Mhm.
that could be a surprise. But
Yeah.
let's start with you, Crazy. Like, what did he think about the event? Did you like the idea of this event? And what do you expect for the event in the future? Like, do you expect this to happen every year, every quarter, twice a year? What are your expectations, and what do you think about the announcement?
I want to say something though. The announcement had me pretty excited. I'm actually happy they are going this way and they're taking this way because I know we didn't get anything in the Game Awards. We were mad about that. We all were. We wanted to see some stuff on the Game Awards. But yeah, and these guys doing what they're doing, they're gonna do a show like probably once every 3 months or once every 4 months, something like that. It's a pretty good idea because it's gonna get us hyped. We're gonna get, see the games that are come out, which we were always complaining about. It's like, where are your games? You had to wait like 6 months to wait three. We had to wait to Xbox does like one event, and how many events did it have? Like one or two events in a year, or three with the Game Awards.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really happy that they're doing this, and I'm actually really happy that they're giving the developers the chance to show what they have to and to talk about. They're not going to talk, right? I think they're just going to show the gameplay, show everything. They probably the developer will be doing commentary. We don't know yet, but if they do talk a little bit about the game, that would be pretty cool. And man, I'm super hyped. I'm super stoked. I cannot wait just for that to drop by this January 25th. It's freaking awesome. I'm super happy about it. Really, I am.
Yeah, to add to that, Lou, I hope they do like the Forza events, like you have been mentioned, where
Yeah.
they showed us gameplay, and while they were showing gameplay, they were kind of driving us through like their game. Basically, they were describing what we were seeing, how was the gameplay, why did they came up with certain aspect of the game. I thought that was pretty cool. How about for you, Silent? Like, what are your expectations? What do you think about the event?
I mean, I'd say they definitely they came out there very vocal and said like, hey, temper expectations. Make sure that you know what you're getting into here. Uh, I think it was the smart move, right? Like we talk about it over and over again about the communication being key on this whole situation. And I feel like there's been far too many times where like the conversations happened and it's either being reactive and being like, no, 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 we have something for you, or just not communicating at all, like not saying, hey, this is what we have for you, this is when it's coming. So the fact that they came out, they said, hey, temper expectations, this is what we're focusing on. They did like you guys were saying, they did give themselves a little bit of leeway with the ZeniMax Online stuff because they didn't specify like Elder Scrolls Online or anything like that. They just said ZeniMax Online, so they could still show that new one. So I think that's good. But then also specifying like, hey, Starfield will not be here. Like they didn't say too much about it, but then obviously came out afterwards and said there will be a separate event for that. So I think this is a good cadence to get into. I think the fact that they're actually communicating these things and being more detailed is going to benefit us. hopefully it keeps some of the anger online in check. I do still get worried though, and I know we talked about this a little bit, but I'm still nervous that people are going to overhype this. Uh, I think they made it pretty clear like what we're going into. I think we should temper expectations and, be positively and pleasantly surprised if it over exceeds our expectations.
Yeah. Well, there's a question here in the chat, real quick. It says, "What style do you think the event will be, and what do you guys hope that it will achieve? Basically, that it would do." And adding to that, crazy. I'll go back to you because I also actually. Do you think the event is gonna be? Well, let me start with this. Do you think the event is gonna be like every beginning of the year and just once a year? Do you think it's gonna be two times a year, or do you think it's like a quarterly event? What do you think on that?
I think it's gonna be like a quarterly event, because I think what they're doing is what PlayStation does with the state of play, and it comes out once in a while in the year, and shows like a little bit of the game that's gonna come out soon, or it shows us a couple of games, which is pretty interesting when they do that. So if Microsoft takes that, and does that, it's gonna be way cool, way awesome. Because again, there's a lot of titles of Microsoft that are right now on the air that we don't know nothing about. I'll give you an example. We got State of Decay 3, we got uh Everwild. Is it Everwild? The name of that game? I keep forgetting the name
Ever
of the game.
while, ever while.
Everwild.
That still
Everwild.
exists.
Yeah, it still exists, but they don't talk about it.
But
You got
Mhm.
how do you think the format of this is gonna be? Like, what do you expect
they're,
on that
they're gonna
aspect?
show they're gonna show a lot of gameplay. They're gonna show a lot of gameplay. I think for this event, they're gonna show finally dates. That's something that we are all asking for. We don't want it to be it will be Christmas 2023. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear July. No, no, no. We want dates. We want dates. And for this event, I think they're gonna show dates and they give us gameplay. Probably like a little developer talk. But hey, they're just gonna show us some cool stuff. But like I was saying though, I think it's gonna be a quarterly thing because remember, something they announced besides this, they said, hey, but Starfield is gonna have its own show. And not only that, this is a 45-minute show, which is gonna be pretty big. That's gonna show a lot of stuff in that event. It'll show a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff within what they're talking about. So it's gonna be really interesting.
Okay. How about you, Simon? Do you agree with Crazy, or do you have a different perspective or idea of what this event will be?
So I'll keep it short, but I do think that I think a quarterly cadence is what makes the most sense for them, especially where they're saying that they hope to have like a big game coming out every quarter moving forward as time goes on. I think it would make a lot of sense for them to target something landing at that quarterly cadence as far as shows as well. Just so that way, like as something is getting ready to launch, you can also be like, hey, but this is what's coming up next. So you can kind of front load it and you can make sure that there's always something there. There's another like, but wait, there's more. Or, like I feel like that's going to be how they approach it, probably as far as like the schedule. As far as what they show and stuff, yeah, I would agree. Probably gameplay footage and stuff like that. That would make the most sense. I think a lot of folks are kind of trailered out, CG trailered out, especially after the last couple of years. But I would encourage Microsoft, just like I would encourage everyone, is like, if you do have something to show, whether it be a CG, whether it be just like a quick demo or something like that, come out and communicate that. Show us. Like, we're hungry. The last few years have shown how hungry like the audience is for games. And so like if you show us stuff, like even if it's early on and you show us like a reasoning for delays, or you show us a reasoning for like where you're at and stuff in the process, I think they'd be a lot more understanding when delays or anything like that happen, right? I just again, goes back to communication. If you give us a better idea as to where you're at, I think it's going to be better for everyone involved, personally.
Yeah, because
But
because like I was saying though, we're tired of just reading on the websites. State of Decay is this, Everwild has to be resetted, or all the stuff that's been going on, which is insane. So I'm actually really glad and happy that they're doing these shows and that they keep on doing them. I mean, they got to keep on doing them. So we got to have the communication. We got to have, these events going from now on and forward. We got to have that. It's important. So that way when we see that, we're excited on what games they're going to show and what they are going to show. So I hope they continue. They really do.
Yeah, to add on what you guys are talking about, I personally think that the events, I do think they're going to be quarterly. And like Silent said, they do plan to have a game every quarter. And I think with those games, they also can add in, because they do have many games that are like ongoing service game, which they can add like a DLC, they can add a new season, and they can that way. I feel like, for example, we maybe I'm wrong, but I believe I saw Elder Scroll Online will be shown in this event, and I think it's not that much of an issue because it's okay. It's Elder Scroll Online plus other stuff, but it's not like Elder Scroll Online plus Fallout 76 plus Sea of Thief plus if it's one or two like DLC or season, I think it's fine as long as you also balance it with new things and and other stuff. And I think these quarterly events, they're gonna be focused, which is one of the things that I love the most, is of the games that might be coming on the next quarter or maybe a little bit past the quarter. But I think
Yeah.
that's what's going to be mostly focused on. So that's why I also think maybe Starfield, it is going to be it's separate event, but it's also because I think it's going to come later. You know, I think they just wanted to make sure that no one was expecting Starfield in this event, and they also wanted to address before anyone makes any assumption like, hey, Starfield is not getting delayed again. So I think they knocked it out of the park with
Is it?
this. Come on, don't be the anyway. I think they knocked it out of the park with this event. Even if someone tries to tell you like, oh, this is not a big event, I think their big event is still gonna be E3, especially with this E3 being being back with person on sorry, what's the word? With in person, it's an in person event again,
Yeah.
so they know this is gonna be a big E3, and I like the idea if they keep E3 to show us the future, what we're gonna see in the future, and then you have these quarterly events to basically just show us the game when the games are close to coming out. So that's personally what I believe.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But we got some games to talk about.
Ooh,
But
Yeah,
spicy
we do.
stuff.
before we jump into that crazy, can you talk
What's up?
about the poll of the week?
Ooh, hold on. Give me a second because I gotta pull that poll out of the cell phone. Oh, that's you know what it just
Like
said.
like
Oh
like
God, here
always,
we go.
crazy is not ready. Like always.
Here we go.
No, no, no. Hey, I've been ready. It's here. Hold on, give me a second, guys.
Mayday,
Gotta
mayday,
dial on that
mayday.
fish. Gotta
Jack.
dial on that Fisher Price emergency phone, right?
My Fisher Price emergency phone.
Oh no!
Mayday,
There it
mayday,
is.
we're going down.
Okay. So the poll of the week is: what January game are you most excited about? Are you guys excited about For Dead Space, Monster Hunter, Forspoken, and One Piece? Huh? Okay. So the winner is Monster Hunter, of course, man. We're gonna be more excited of Monster Hunter. Why not? Monster Hunter is such a cool, great game. Have you ever played the Sourblow?
Not really.
Oh, I know Silent Cypher likes that game.
Oh yeah, so much. No.
Oh,
No, I
man.
mean it doesn't look
Sorry.
bad. It doesn't look bad, but
It looks fine.
it hasn't
It's
caught my attention, to be honest.
yeah.
It's an addictive game though. You jump into it, you really get stuck into it. And I know someone who's gonna play the heck out of it. He's somewhere in the chat, and we won't mention any names, but he's in there. Hmm. Yep. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna
Yeah.
jump into and play that. Yep. But yeah, that was the poll of the week. So Sour, let's jump into all these games, man. We got so much games to talk about, man. So many cool stuff here on this list. So take it away, my dear brother, and let's make this beautiful today.
No, actually, our captain's taking it away.
Oh, our captain.
It's in green, Chad.
He's
Oh,
trying to
it's
he's trying to go over the captain. Come on.
Nah,
oh,
I see it in green, which usually signifies a sour blow.
yeah.
Oh, my bad. I didn't
Oh,
change it.
yeah. That's why I fixed my nose to red. Hmm.
Oh man. Well, anyway, let's. I'm sorry, but it wasn't supposed to be like this. But, um, anyway,
You want me to? I can do it.
well, it's either way. The since I'm the first one, I'll just go ahead. So XBI most anticipated games. We are gonna talk about the bigger games. However, we're gonna leave that for last. For now, we're gonna talk about some of the games that some of them are still big, but some of the not like Starfield, Zelda, Spider-Man 2. Some of the other games. And I'm gonna begin with Atomic Heart, which was my first pick. And Atomic Heart is an adventure role-playing game that it's an open world in an alternative Soviet Union of 1955. Now, there's the only concern I had about this game, because this game, everything I've seen looks amazing, looks awesome, is the studio. Because I don't know the studio. The studio is called Mundfish, and I have this in my note. This is the only note that I feel like I have to read, because there's some information here, but this got me pretty hype when I saw this, and I'm like, okay, now I'm definitely like I was hyped for it. Now I'm like all the way up here. So Moonfish Gaming Studio, it was founded on 2017, and is a team minded of people Cyprus in Cyprus. I believe that's
Right.
probably around Russia. But anyway, Moonfish
Uh,
Studios, in order to make let me see a little more. Okay,
it, can I ask you a question though? Isn't that a Kanye West song? Mudfish? Mudfish? What?
oh my god. Anyway, so the studio began with four people founded the studio, and they began working on Atomic Heart. The goal was to release a game that can be put on par with such game as BioShock, Fallout, and Doom, which was games that they all love. So basically they had a passion for those games. Over the past years, many other talent has joined them, and in that talent, like there's people from many other studios. I forgot to list them. Sorry about that. But, let me see. It says we don't copy others. Instead, we create a whole new world. The originality of the ideas, and the basis of their is the basis of their philosophy. This is in their DNA to create original content, which becomes a reference in itself. It is important for us to have full control over the game as it's being created, and not in hands in over of a large corporation, which is pretty important, because that's another red flag that many people had, because Tencent, for example, has invested in this game, but they're they're all hands on the game. I mean, Mudfish, and nobody else is in control. So that's pretty good. So, and some of the aspects of the games that really got me interested. So the story, like I said, is an alternative reality. Is in the 1950s. It's a Second World War, and it's a development. They basically, in the story, from what I have read, um, something happens in the timeline where a scientist discover like some material or something like that, and then they keep like advancing that, and they basically create robots and stuff ahead of time, and the technology is super advanced, and they create some form of utopia dream, or that's at least what they're trying to do. And you as a player, you have to basically find out the secrets behind the government or whatever they're doing. So it's pretty interesting. The combat, you have special capability. You have like a combat glove that has, special abilities. There's different type of weapons, weapons of mass destruction. You can combine your defense's capability, your attacking skills. You can interact with the environment. You gotta keep an eye with your enemies because the enemies will act and react, differently. There's a wide range of upgrades for your arms, your melee weapons. You can hack. So I believe some of these robots you'll be able to hack them. There's gonna be lots of customizations. The weapons have levels. There seem to be crafting and resources from what I've seen on some images. There's the weapons have like different parts, I guess that are part of the customization. And to me, the art personally, it's like the art and also like not only the art, like the direction and everything. It's like BioShock meets Wolfenstein meets Doom, which I actually wrote this before I wrote all the other notes, and then seeing that the developers were actually inspired on BioShock, Fallout, and Doom. I was pretty close. I just missed Fallout, but I had Wolfenstein, and I love their like clean aesthetic, and it's like it's beautiful, it's shiny, but at the same time you see that gore. I don't know. I'm super hyped, super excited. I don't know about you, Silent. What do you think about this game? Like, does this game excite you?
Dude, this game looks so out there and weird. And it's like I don't know. Every time that we've seen a trailer, anytime anything has come out for it, I've constantly been like yes, I want this in my life. I want to play this game. And what you're telling me, like it gets me more excited about it for sure. But it's like it just it just has it just has like this vibe to it that when I see it, I'm like, wow, like this is different than a lot of the things that we have out there. Obviously, we've had alternate history games and stuff in the past, but this one just brings a different take to it. That personally for myself, like I'm really looking forward to playing around with it. I think it's going to be really cool when it comes out, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets overlooked a little bit just because like some people will probably write it off as kind of a niche, like a niche title. But at the same time, we look at like the success of something like where we had Squanch's new game just recently, right?
Yeah,
Where it's like when you go in there and you see something like that come out and it just goes nuts. Like High on Life went
yeah.
crazy. Maybe this is the time where like you release a game like this that's super quirky and it just takes off and it leads the conversation for like weeks, months, who knows. Like I'm excited to see what happens for it.
I think adding on that, I think if this game hits the way they want it to hit, and
Mhm.
if before this game and like let's say the weeks after, the games that are around it, they're not big enough or they don't hit the way they should hit,
Mhm.
then that can even because right now everyone's hungry for new games and they're waiting for the new games, and like even if they're like, oh, I don't know, this game looks good but I'm not like too into it, but then this game has like high reviews and everyone's talking about it, and then maybe there's a game around it that you thought you were going to buy, and then that game comes out and it doesn't hit the way it should hit, that might change your mind right there. But
Yeah.
how about you, Crazy? Are you excited for this game, or does this game doesn't appeal to you?
What do you think, man? It's got Doom elements. It's got all that cool stuff. You got to break robots in half and all that cool technology going. Heck yeah, I'm down for this game, man. The game is fantastic. I mean, I remember when I saw the trailer to this game. I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago when I first saw it. And I was like, looks pretty weird. But hey, it's just I'm just wowed by it. It's the wow effect is just huge, freaking awesome, and I just cannot wait till it finally gets its released. Oh man, I'm
Yeah,
hyped up for it.
that first trailer was pretty weird because it had like
Yeah.
like a weird music to it, and
Hmm.
then the robots move like awkwardly. So I was like, that first trailer, it got me intrigued. I'm not gonna lie, but it also I was like, what is this? Like, then when I saw like the second and third trailer, that's when I was like, okay, this game is a must play. But yeah, okay. Well, let's move on to Crazy Lou's first pick. What's your first pick for game?
Oh man, my first pick is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which this game is being made by Good Media. Oh man, I'm telling you guys, I am in love with the games that Good Media makes. I mean, they have made Friday the 13th a game, which I know Simon is a big fan of it. Sour, you're too scared to play it. Layers of Fear 2, which yeah.
Wait a minute.
Uh,
You got to give Sour some credit because when we did approach him to play the game, he did play the game with us.
oh yeah, he did. He did.
And he had a good time. Like some of the things that happened that night were pretty entertaining on that game.
I had fun.
I bet you we could get some more gaming in on that one, and I'm sure he would jump in. So I think you have to retract that he's scared, that he's too scared to play that one.
Unless I come
Just saying.
Unless I come around, with Jason, he'll probably run away.
I'm playing Metro right now. Metro has its own.
It's just not scary.
Hey, can I say one thing real quick? I'm not gonna drop us off into a tangent, but I gotta say, Grounded has an arachnophobia mode. I'm surprised that Metro doesn't have an arachnophobia mode. Sour, you know exactly what I'm talking about. My God.
No, those annoying spiders in the webs.
But
You gotta burn those webs. Oh my God, that's so annoying.
Dude. Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyways,
all right. Which also made Breach and Clear, which I've never played Breach and Clear, but Layers of Fear played it, and of course for 13. So this game has got these cool maps, which is the family house, which you know what happens in that family house, right? Yeah, from the movie The Family House, the gas station, and the slaughterhouse. Woohoo! So what is cool about this game, guys, is that the family has special abilities, and the victims do too. I'm telling you.
Oh, so,
I mean, look,
so it's gonna be like. It's gonna be basically like Friday the 13th, but like, was that style of gameplay or no?
The thing is, like for example, you got 5 family members, right? You got the cook, which his ability is seek and locate characters on the map if you make a sound. He can also like put doors, like add more locks to the doors and stuff like that, so it can make it harder for you to escape. Then you got Sissy, which is a new character that's been added. She has the ability of Bane, which she creates poisons and if she finds you on the map, she's actually pretty sneaky. So if she's like hiding in a bush, she's like, she jumps on you, like, you run away, stuff like that. And she blows poison in your face to make you dizzy and puts traps with poisons on it. And then you got the Hitchhiker, which, hey guys, Ed Neo, the one who originally played the Hitchhiker, is going to be playing the Hitchhiker. He also makes traps with bones, stuff like that. So if you step on the trap, it will alert him to go chase you, find you, hunt you down, stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff. And also, him and Sissy are the ones that can go through like tight spaces and catch you surprised and all that crazy stuff. Then you got Johnny, who is the ability of a stalker. So the ability of a stalker is you can run but you can't hide because he's the predator kind of dude. He sees your footsteps on the ground that you leave behind and all that crazy stuff. Yep, that's what he does. And last but not least, the cool dude, which is Leatherface. And guess who is doing Leatherface? Guess who's doing it? The one, the only Kane Hodder, guys. I mean, when I read that, I'm telling you, okay. I got excited that he is doing Leatherface. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay, though, Simon. Kane Hodder's the best.
No. I'm saying okay. I'm like, all right. I'm with you on that. I agree with you. That is a good choice.
Yeah, Kane Hodder's the man when it comes to killing everything around. When he was doing Friday the 13th, he's the man. He's the best Jason out there. Top stat. Yep. Also, Leatherface ability is, he is the Carnage dude with the chainsaw. He loves to dismember, breaking through everything, and all that cool stuff. So if you get Leatherface, you're gonna have a lot of fun. So yeah, those are the family members' abilities. Then you got the victims. You asked why we're going to go through the victims because I mean, why should we talk about the victims? We don't care about the victims. We just want to chase them down, right? Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's talk about those victims, right? You got Connie with the focus ability. She unlocks doors faster without consuming the unlock tool. You got Sonny with the ability of heightened sense. Triggering this will give Sonny a situational awareness, allowing him to detect noise and follow footsteps of those nearby. Julie ability is ultimate escape. When activated, the family cannot track Julie. Also, her stamina won't drain as fast for a short time. Leland has the ability of lifesaver. So he makes a lifesaver juice, that lifesaver juice candy. Pretty good stuff. And they be eating lifesavers in the game. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He is the big guy in the game that he bumps into people. If one of the family members grabbing you, he can bump into the family member, stun him, put him on the ground so you can run away, which is pretty cool. And last but not least, you got Annie, which is the leader of the whole team. Her ability is pain is nothing, which allows her to resist more attacks and jumping out of windows from heights. So I'm telling you, man, this game, for what I read about and what I've been, scanning about, it's going to be a lot of fun. And man, I just love the idea. It's going to be 5 versus 5. I think it's 5 victims and 5 family members. So it's going to be insane. Each one has their own ability. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this game. Sourblow,
So
tell me something. Oh,
no,
what are you
I
gonna ask?
actually I got questions actually for you. So
Go for
it's
it. Go for it.
so it's 5 versus 5, and then
5 versus 5.
what happened with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Is he like an NPC that tries to kill both sides, or I'm sorry,
Um, oh Lord, Sourblow. You have never seen Texas. Okay, never seen it though. Texas just.
you don't got no, you don't got to explain to me the movie or anything like that.
Wow,
Just
no,
explain to me
dude, that's
the gameplay. The
Leatherface.
gameplay.
Leatherface is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Remember, I mentioned he has a chainsaw. He chases you
Oh, okay.
everywhere.
So
There's
he's
no
one of the
abilities.
5. So wait,
He's one of the 5 family members. Yeah.
okay? So basically, I don't. Oh wait, now I'm confused because now you have 5 characters that are like.
You got 5 characters that are the 5 family members, right? You got Leatherface Johnny, Hitchhiker, Sissy,
So basically,
and Cook.
those are all serial
Right?
killers, right?
Those are that's the family members that they kill. That's the ones that kill. Yeah, pretty much serial killers. Yeah, and then you got the victims, which of course that those are the ones who are trying to run away, get away from the house, and
But
all that
but
crazy
but
stuff.
that wouldn't be fair then, no? Because like
Why wouldn't?
5 serial killer versus 5 victims.
Mm, Either way, because I'm gonna tell you something. You got to see the serial killers, right? I mean, some of them are slow, some of them are fast. And
Okay,
it depends though on how you use your strategy.
okay.
It depends on how you use strategy in the game.
Well, I gotta see because like fighting one like Jason versus like 1 versus 4 was hard enough. Like now 5 versus 5, that sounds.
Jason, Jason, here's the thing though, Sal. Remember, Jason is a super beast though. I mean, Jason is a tough dude.
I
It's
mean,
not like
I mean when you
It's,
do codes and stuff like that and cheat,
nah, it's hard to beat Jason. It's hard to run away from Jason. Super hard. But for these guys, there's got you got tight spaces. You got bushes to jump into and all that cool stuff out there. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, after I saw the trailer, I was really amazed with how the game is gonna play, and the things how you gotta use your mind, because I mean you got these 5 characters each with their ability, and you gotta learn their ability. You gotta know how to strategize in order to get away from them, because if not, man, they're gonna catch you super fast and you're doomed. I mean, it's incredible, and I just love that idea that it's going to be 5 characters instead of being one. Because hey, Jason is cool, but when you got 10 people waiting, like hey, we're gonna wait for it to be Jason. That's insane. We gotta wait till the round ends just for one person to be Jason. Sometimes it'll be it, sometimes not. So yeah, I like this idea that you got to be five of the family members and 5 victims. That's pretty cool idea. That concept is pretty cool. How about you, Silent? Are you excited for this game, brother? Mhm.
yeah.
Cy- Cypher, they can't
They
hear
can't
you.
hear you
They can't
again.
hear you.
What?
Oh no. Check it out. Sour.
I don't know.
Sour.
Wasn't me.
Silent. It's silent again. Everybody's laughing. Guys, Sourblow, you need to fix
Yes.
this.
Wasn't me. I ain't did anything.
Oh, you got dropped from the video.
No,
I, th-
no.
I think. I think we put silent in timeout. Yeah, I didn't get the timeout.
Yep.
I didn't get the timeout.
Oh man.
Oh man, let me keep on going though, since we're gonna have to. Yeah, Sour is, I don't know what's wrong with Sour. I told him save the settings, but he did not listen to me. Sorry guys, after this episode, we're gonna sit on Sour's foot. You got to fix this. Yeah. So yeah, Sour, I want to jump real quick to my second pick while you fix, Silent. So can I jump onto my second pick while you fix Silent Cypher? Is that cool?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So for my second pick, guys, of course, I picked Party Animals. I mean, for Party Animals, guys, who would not want to play Party Animals? That game is, I mean, I just love those trailers, how you can be, the animal and how you can do all this cool stuff, and beat other animals up with frying pans and all that. Oh, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. This game is made by Recreate Games. Recreate Games, fun fact about these guys, is a game studio owned by Source Technology with the goal of creating next-gen immersive entertainment products. Our members are formerly from EA, Smartisan, Tencent, Baidu, and other game and internet companies. Our investors include Matrix Partners, Birdo's Men, and Zen Fun. Pretty cool stuff. So, guys, I sat down and I was looking for information about this game, and all we had was the trailers that we actually all saw, which looks pretty fun. We saw these animals running around on a plane, beating each other up, trying to hit each other on the head with frying pans, shovels, boomerangs, nunchucks, even toilet plungers. I mean, seriously, I wonder how the heck are we going to use that toilet plunger, you know, in that game? Like, really, besides hitting, are we gonna like stuck it in someone's head and go like yeah? How could that work though? So it's gonna be interesting though. Interesting. It's gonna be super interesting that game, really. And I'm really happy that it's coming out this year, and I can't wait for them to announce finally the date for this game because really, when I saw the trailer the first time, I was super hyped up. Sourblow, tell me something. Were you hyped up for this game for
Sorry.
Party Animals?
Oh, party animals. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Actually,
yeah.
yeah. I was. I'm not as hype as you are, but definitely when I saw the trailer, I thought it looked super fun. It reminded me of a game that I think it was in Game Pass where it was like a co-op player where you kind of do like puzzles and it moves like that. I don't know the name of it, but that's the way that it reminded me. But this looked more like appealing because the characters look like they look pretty cute actually, the characters, and it looks so funny. The trailer was well put. At least the trailer sold me. I'm just curious to when the game comes out, and I would like to know like does it have different kind of playability? If it's is it only like one versus one or like like just battling each other, or would it have other like mini games that sounds interesting. But I'm super excited to see what the game will bring us.
I put something here on the chat because I can imagine, the plunger when if you, like throw the plunger and it sticks on the characters on the animal's butt. That would be pretty funny. The animal running around with the plunger stuck on his butt.
Okay.
That'd be pretty fun.
Of course you would.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. Oh man, Saulo, where are you gonna fist for Silent Cypher? I mean, you got him in timeout.
I believe I just fixed them. So
You just
silent.
fixed him.
I
Silent,
don't,
can you
I
talk?
don't appreciate the fact that everyone keeps saying that they fixed me. That's I'm just gonna say, like, I don't like the context. I don't like the implications here. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, we hit a bit of turbulence. Can you hear us now? Is everything good?
Oh, that's good.
Testing.
All right.
Yeah, so fingers crossed, everything's good.
All right, so let me jump back to the question with the. Let me go back to this and let me ask you real quick, so that way I can leave the for the party animals later on. Tell me about your. Are you excited for? Ah, I forgot now. The Texas
Texas
Chainsaw
Chainsaw.
Massacre, brother.
Which
And
one, me?
Yeah, you sound. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I am excited. But the thing that I will say is that I just hope that it plays more like Friday the 13th as far as the controls and stuff, um, instead of like Dead by Daylight. Granted, like you made that a sour experience, cheating the system with Hellraiser, but yeah, I don't know. Like the game looks really good. I just hope that it plays more like Friday the 13th than some of the other games that have come out recently in that similar style, right? Um, it looks good though, and I think off the air a while ago I told you about this, but I had never actually watched the movie either. And because of that, I finally fixed that, and I went and I actually watched it, and I get why it was such a good one to watch, and like why it was a good one to go to. Um, but man, I tell you, I don't know. It's got that rote formula, right? Where it's like, oh no, there's a house where there's a bunch of terrible sounds. We better go investigate. Oh
Mm-hmm.
no, our friends disappeared. We better go investigate. Like it just I don't know. I felt the whole time I was watching that, I was like, wait a minute, why do we keep going to the house that seems to be where everyone's disappearing? Why are we going to check on that area? It seems like a bad place to go. Um so yeah, I'm excited for the game though. I'm looking forward to seeing a game version of it, and obviously Gun's got a pedigree, having done Friday the 13th. So we'll see how it goes.
Oh man, I hope they actually do copy that. But yeah, I was gonna say if you did not see the movie, I don't, I know you like Rob Zombie, right? You like Rob Zombie movies?
Eh,
Nah, you know? Okay.
no, I never got too much into them. Are you gonna reference House of a Thousand Corpses?
Yeah, it's pretty much it's pretty
oh,
much the same plot, just
Silent,
different.
can you check real quick? Is the mic you're using your camera or your actual mic on the
I'll double check the settings.
double
Let's get
check?
this in this, yeah. So Sour, back to this game. You want to ask me a question? Are you excited to play? Texas Chainsaw Massacre with us because I know you're gonna be running away, and I know I'm gonna be grabbing Leatherface, and chasing you after the whole field. I'm gonna have fun with you. Are you
I,
excited for that?
Honestly, it's not a game that I would have planned to buy, but the good thing it's coming to Game Pass. And
Mhm.
since I did had a blast with you guys playing Friday the 13th, yeah, definitely I'll play. You know, uh, speaking of like having a blast, playing Friday the 13th, I just remember something that happened that was so hilarious, so funny. And I would like to, since we're testing audios and stuff real quick, I like to take time and also say, because she's very important for the gaming community. Assassin Lupa, which I hope she's doing well. I haven't got any information lately on her, but it was so hilarious when she was playing with us and she finally got the kill on Lou.
Mhm. Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think we recorded
Mhm.
it. The only problem is she didn't have her audio on, which was kind of like a
Oh,
bummer. But oh my,
yeah.
it was so hilarious when she screamed that she finally got you. It was amazing.
Dude, and she mangled you. Like when she finally caught you, she mangled you.
She
It
got her
was
revenge.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
so good.
Yep. It was. Look, I'm saying we have to stream it. Yes, we're gonna stream that, and yes, I'll be Leatherface chasing Sourblow all over the place, and I will have fun with Sourblow because in Friday the 13th the game, especially when he was chasing, we all ran away from him. We literally ditched him.
But anyways,
Oh, man.
since we got Silent back, I think everyone can hear him. What was your first pick? We missed that.
Can you hear me, or can you hear me as like the double version still?
No, what happened was, I think you were sounding low, apparently.
Oh, strange. Okay. Well, yeah, hopefully it's sounding better now. But yeah, so for my first game, the first game that I have is Alan Wake 2. Let me tell you about Night Springs. So this has been super exciting for me for a long time. Like way back in the day, there were talks that we were going to end up seeing an Alan Wake 2. It got basically turned into the Alan Wake American Nightmare, which was like the XBL game, because they cut the scope of the game, and I think the funding probably got shortened or something. But now there's an actual Alan Wake 2 coming out, and it looks phenomenal. So it's a survival horror game, and it's basically, so it's going to be done by Remedy Entertainment again. It's published by Epic Games, um, and it's coming to, I think, current gen systems only, if I remember correctly, which is kind of nice to see. Nice to see that transition finally into the newer systems. But there's there's a lot going on with this one, right? Because like the first one was more of like a mystery kind of horror, but it was a lot of like mystery thriller more than anything. And it, this one just looks so much more intense. Granted, we've only seen one trailer for it so far, so the actual feedback and the details to this one, we don't have a lot on yet. But based on like the previous story, based on where things end on there, which obviously I'm not going to spoil it. If you've never played the original Alan Wake game, you owe it to yourself to go back and play. They actually brought out a really good remaster of that game just a little while ago, and it holds up very well. It plays great. The frame rate and everything on that thing, the visuals, everything is really good on that game. But there's so much going on in the Alan Wake universe and all their tied universes, right? Because like it crosses over with Control, which is another game done by Remedy, and like they kind of bounce back and forth into those different worlds and stuff. And this looks nuts. Like obviously it's set a ways after the events of the original game, but like things have changed, and in a dark way. It seems like things have gotten really rough. In the only trailer that we've seen, you can obviously tell like he has been through some stuff, and like he is dealing with demons. Now, whether it's just like, demons are in his head, whether it's stuff that he's somehow managed to create in like another book that he's created or something, who knows? But this thing looks nuts. So it kind of seems like it's basically like, one of the things I've heard phrased is that it's kind of like a metaphysical prison of sorts that he's found himself in. But it just, yeah, I don't know. This one gives me a lot of excitement. I just wish that we actually had like a release date that we could talk about, right? Because it feels like at this point, I'm still hoping for a 2023, but I'm still nervous because it feels like with everything that's gone on so far this past year or two, a, a, a delay could happen. And I'm really hoping that this one does not get a delay, because I love the Remedy games, and it'd be nice to dive into this one. Like this one looks like it could get really creepy really fast. And I'm looking forward to some horror games. It's been a long time since we've had some really solid horror games out in the market. But yeah, like I said, if you haven't played the first one, you owe it to yourself. Give it a shot. Jump into it, see what it's like, and get ready for number 2, because it looks like, from everything we can tell so far, this is going to be a pretty wild ride.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna jump into it because probably this game would have probably made my list. But yeah, I know Cypher was gonna pick this game, so I was like, no, I'll definitely let him talk about Alan Wake. I myself, I played it once I got into the Xbox ecosystem, which those of you that don't know me was actually pretty late into last gen, so I didn't play it when it first come out, and from what I have heard, and maybe I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but the first one didn't do as good as it should have done, because
Yeah.
sales wise, but I believe I played the first one, and I think it's an amazing game. I'm super hyped for the second one. As soon as I saw the announcement, I was so hyped, and I haven't actually digged into what this one's gonna be about, because I'm sold for this game. I just want to jump in and enjoy it. I also play Controlled, which, like you said, it's in the same universe and everything. But
Mhm.
even though I enjoyed the gameplay much more of Control, because it's better gameplay, of course,
Yeah.
we're talking about 360 game, right? With Alan
Yeah.
Wake. So I'm excited to see Alan Wake with this new gameplay. But I gotta say, for me personally, Alan Wake is a much better game than Control. As the story and everything, like the plot, I think it's so great. Like it's so twisted. It's so me. Like I definitely dig that game. Super excited for it.
And I agree with you to an extent on Control. The story for Control, though, goes places. With
Yeah, but
obviously without spoiling anything, man, that thing goes places.
I'll say this too. If you're playing Control, you have to finish it for you to kind of like fully understand the extent of the story. I think with Alan Wake, I was kind of like I understood more
Mhm.
from the beginning, and Control was more of something like I had an idea, but it kept like I was a little bit confused, to be honest, with Control. But then towards the end, you were like, oh, okay.
Things open up quite a bit, like once you go to the end of it. And I'm pretty sure you haven't corrected this error, this mistake that you made, but you still have never played the Alan Wake experience in Control, right?
No, I haven't. I have not.
Man, you are killing me with this. Okay, so that is a homework assignment for you. You need
Mm.
to go
You
back
know what?
and you need
I,
to
I
try
might
that
I,
DLC.
I might leave that to when before I play Alan Wake 2.
It's it it doesn't add a ton to the story or anything, but it does tie things together.
But does it?
Is all I'll say.
You don't know.
Uh, well,
It might have some
okay.
Easter eggs or something. I don't know.
Uh,
Hmm.
I didn't run into anything surprise. I mean, unless they put something in Alan Wake 2 to tie that more together. But I feel like Control, like they did a good job at tying them together without going too into the weeds.
Crazy. Before we get your opinion, I think you're gonna have to kick someone out of the chat. Someone saying
Who?
that Oreo's overrated. Come on,
That is true.
General
That
C.
is true.
No,
I
it's
am with
not.
General C. They are overrated. I'm
I
agreeing with
mean,
the General
he's
C.
not wrong. He's not
Not
wrong.
wrong.
What?
Um, but
They're so good.
I
I like Chips Ahoy more though, but yeah.
I'll say the same thing that I said when I was hanging out with Mav a few days ago. Personally, for me, personal preference, I kind of like the thin Oreos more than anything.
Mhm.
Just because I like the ratio of cream to cookie in that versus the normal Oreo. But I also have a vendetta against Oreo since we didn't get the cool Xbox Oreos out here in the US.
Oh,
Oh,
what? So,
Yeah.
so wait, you did not get the. Oh man, I was gonna put that controller into my to try to bite it.
No, you'll get them, but you're going to get them from the UK, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's just mean. That's just mean.
but
Hey,
but anyway, back to game. Crazy.
what's up? What's up? What's
What's
up? What's up? What's up?
what's your hype on Alan Wake? Is that a
Ah,
game you're excited for?
I'll be honest with you. I played the first one. I don't remember nothing about that game. I gotta jump back to it again, play it, see if I like it. I didn't get scared about it.
I don't.
I did not find it scary. I was
It's
like, okay.
It's more like a psychological thriller to me,
Yes.
right?
You think so?
Than
Oh, okay.
than
Yeah.
an
Okay.
horror game.
There's
Mm.
more humor and stuff in Alan Wake than there was Control as well.
Yeah.
That was one thing I was gonna say also.
But yeah, but either way though, I'll replay it again, see if I can get attached to it before I go into part two. If not, I'll just watch a YouTube video. Just remember
Honestly, I don't.
points.
Knowing you, I think that might not be your game. Probably.
Because again, I went into it thinking it was a horror game because you saw the trailers, and you saw these shadow monsters coming out. I was like, whoa, this looks awesome. But once they jumped, I was like, with the flashlight, I was like, yeah, okay.
Crazy.
All
Oh,
right, what's up?
you're killing me.
But
I'm not killing you. There's nothing wrong with that. I like my horror stuff. I like when things pop out and grab you, bite your foot, something like that. Stuff like that. I like that stuff.
Okay, but anyway, moving into our second pick. Crazy actually already started talking a little bit about his game, which was Party Animal, and here's what he said basically. He said he's excited for Party Animal because the the little party animals, they look exactly like him, so that's why he's super excited.
That's not right. But it look like me.
That is 100% fact. That's exactly.
That's not what you
Like
said.
me. I mean, I gotta tell you something though, and they gotta have this in the game. They gotta have that plunger you can throw it so they can get stuck in the animal's butt. They gotta have that. If they don't, I'll be mad. They gotta have that.
Here we go again.
Oh my god.
Yep.
But anyway, Crazy, since I know Silent didn't hear much, or at least all of it, from Party Animal, do you have something to add about why you're excited for Party Animal?
Yeah.
What?
Me or Silent?
No, you.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. I thought it was Silent though. Yeah, I mean, I want to tell you something though. I cannot wait to play that game. I mean, it's gonna be a fun madhouse. I can't wait to get people in there because I don't see something though. I don't know because there's not much information about it on the website. But I was trying to get all the information I can. I don't know how many players are allowed to be in that game, but can you imagine us doing the community game night and getting everybody to jump in and beat each other up with nunchucks, frying pans, toilet plungers? I want to be using that toilet
I think
plunger.
that game is gonna be just like Gang Beast. What I'm wondering is because it looks like it's gonna be like a Gang Beast with with a higher production value. I'm wondering how much better it's gonna be, and also I feel like they have to add other modes, not only like the normal like Gang Beast mode.
They had like arcade, they had like score, and they had another mode, but it didn't give out that much information. Probably later on during the year, probably give us more about it. But yeah, I think they gotta have plenty of modes. I mean, they probably gotta have 5 versus 5, or I don't know how many players can jump in that game. But I'm gonna say something though, we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be a fun game. And Silent, tell me, you brother. I mean, are you excited for Party Animals? Are you gonna get into that madhouse, beat each other up stuff?
Are you playing with Lou?
If it's anything like Gang Beasts, then yeah, I'll be in because we spent a ridiculous amount of time playing Gang Beasts as a family. That kind of became the de facto game for us. For a while, we'd play Mario Kart or Super Smash or something like that, and Gang Beasts actually stole the spotlight because it's just it's so ridiculous and it's like just so brutal.
Yeah.
Like that game gets so brutal sometimes, like dragging someone down into one of the grinders or something like that. Like that game's got a level of darkness to it that you don't realize because it looks very fluffy, very light, very humorous. But man, it's got a dark sense of humor down deep. But no, I will totally play that. Like we played a ton of that during New Year's, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my kids had a couple friends over for New Year's, and they were all playing Gang Beasts upstairs and downstairs on both systems. It was fun to watch. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
So could this be the game that is made after me though? Because since the animals kind of look like me.
Here we go again. Anyway,
the Untitled Loot game.
I gotta give a lot of credit to whoever made the trailer. If the game comes out to be not as good as we expected, because that was a well put together trailer. It was pretty good. But anyway, moving to our second pick. Okay, well for me, I'll go first. I picked AW Fight Forever, and the reason why is everyone knows I'm a wrestling fan here. I like AEW.
What?
And some of the things that got me excited about this game, even though graphically, to be honest, it doesn't look like as appealing as maybe the WWE latest game. But one of the things that got me super hype is that Uke is developing the games. For those of you that don't know, Uke develop SmackDown versus Raw games. They also developed the UFC Undisputed 3 game, and they also develop the WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Those are some of the better known games from them. And also the creator of the N64 No Mercy is also working on the game. His name, I might butcher it, is Hideyuki Iwashita, aka Geta. Maybe I butchered it. And the game, they're making sure it has an arcade feel to it. Kenny Omega, the wrestler, even though he's a wrestler, he's very invested in video games, especially like fighting games. Like he plays a lot of fighting games. They even had an event in Fighter Fest because of him, because he just loves fighting game, and one of the things he loves is the arcade feel. So they're really pushing this, and he's, like I said, he's fully invested in this. Some of the things that has been confirmed is gonna have more, at least 10 modes. It says 10 plus, which will include single match, of course, tag team, 3-way, 4-way, ladder match, casino battle royale, which is kind of like the battle royale but a little bit different. Fall count anywhere, unsanctioned lights out match, which basically it's like everything is it's valid there. Exploding barbed wire death match, which if anyone's a AEW fan here, I expect this exploding barbed wire match to actually work, actually explode. It's gonna have deep career mode. It's gonna have heavy like customization on the wrestler, on the arena, the attire, the move sets, everything. More than 40 weapons. It's actually gonna have mini games, which I'm iffy on those mini games. Those mini games look pretty weird, and it's gonna have, surprisingly, this is something that got me intrigued. A 30 people online mode, 30 player online mode, which I'm assuming that's maybe for the casino battle royale mode. But I wonder how that's gonna work. It's pretty interesting. But anyway, yeah, it's a game. I'm super excited. I want to actually, I want to create a player. I want to role play a little bit and do some stuff. And I'm a heavy fan of wrestling, so I'm super excited. I know Silent is nodding his head because he doesn't like wrestling. He doesn't understand us, Lou, right?
Oh,
But,
yes, it's
but
very complex.
but
It's so hard to understand.
but
So,
but I'll go with you, Silent, first to end on a high note because I don't want you to end 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 up and just completely butcher my pick. But
no,
are you at least gonna try it with us?
if it comes to Game Pass, yes. If it's not on Game Pass, I'm sorry, bud. I'm not spending the money.
I'm gonna make you play it, okay?
Um,
It's a must.
but no, the look on my face was not necessarily that you were talking about wrestling. The look on my face was the fact that you're talking about doing some role playing. and every time you start talking about role playing, it just makes me laugh. See, there you go. There's your high note right there, Sour. You're welcome.
Crazy. Are you excited to play this wrestling game?
Heck yeah. I am excited to play this wrestling game. Heck yeah, man. As long as I can grab a chair and go around and swing it at your head, I'll be happy to. Heck yeah, man.
Crazy.
And also, what's up?
Are you ready to role play with Sourblow?
Yeah, yes, I'm ready to. And man, I get to wear tights too in this game. Yeah.
I hate both of you, and I also hate you, General C. I see you in the chat.
This is not where you thought it was going, is it?
Why you hate the Gen? He's right. The rest of it's a little
First, he's talking bad about my cookies. And
what?
now-
Your cookies? Your cookies?
Who said you could eat my cookies? Put the cookie down.
Put the cookie down.
Anyway, let's roll it back. Let's bring it back to a video game.
Yes.
Silent. Give us your second pick, please, because this is getting out of control.
Sorry. Let me. Okay, we're good. Well, yeah. So my second pick is The Last Night, of which I feel like I've got a theme in some of these games so far. We don't really know very much about The Last Night. We saw a trailer, I think, about 5 years ago. And short of that, there's not a lot that we know. We know that it's a 2.5D platform game where the player ends up controlling this character, Charlie. And he's a lower class man living in a quote unquote era of leisure, is what they end up saying with it. But it's got a lot of really cool feel to it. Like it reminds me a lot of like Another World, which I've told you guys about in the past, and I'm sure you guys haven't played it yet, because whenever I recommend something, you throw it in the suggestion pile.
That's not true.
Which is the garbage can. But it reminds me of Another World, and some of those 2.5 or like 2D games back then, where there was a lot of that like action adventure, sci-fi thriller type of feel to it. It feels like Cyberpunk meets like, what is it? It'd be like Cyberpunk meets Blade Runner or something. Is kind of how it feels to me. And it looks phenomenal. The visuals are awesome. Unfortunately, like there's been multiple issues. Like the game's been delayed out quite a bit over time. There were some internal issues with some people, I think, that were creating the game initially. And so it kind of dropped off of the radar for like a good couple to 3 years, I think, before we started to really hear much about it again. But it sounds like it is actually scheduled to come out this year. It's currently slated for this year. It doesn't have a set date, but it's got the nebulous 2023 is what it's listed as currently. It is a small dev team though, so that's definitely one thing to it. I think it's mainly Tim Surratt or Tim Surray, however you say the last name, but the developer is Odd Tales, and it's their very first game that they've actually released. So this is going to be an interesting one for them. I'm really, really hoping that we see more here in the next little bit. If we don't see anything by E3, I'm kind of nervous that this thing's going to get pushed to 2024. But it keeps, it's like what we saw as Xbox gamers for a good while, right? Like back in 2017, we started hearing just wait, we've got games coming. Just wait. And I feel like every time I look at something for this game, I keep hearing like, oh, 2021's the year where you're going to see a lot of stuff about this game. And then all of a sudden, like all the news articles are like, Last Night is set to make a comeback in 2022. Well, 2022 came and went, and we didn't really see very much. So I'm kind of nervous. Hopefully we'll see more here soon. Hopefully this thing will come out. But it's got a lot of style to it, and I'm really excited to just jump into it. I'm curious what the story is. We just haven't really heard very much as far as like what the premise is, besides the fact that your character is named Charlie and he's lower class, and like there's just not a lot out there. So just like Alan Wake 2, I've got a trailer and like a couple things here and there, but the release date is not, it's not factual yet. So hopefully we'll see it this year.
Nice. Crazy. Are you excited for the last night?
I just watched the trailer, man. It looks pretty awesome. I mean, it looks pretty cool. It has that what's that movie called with the robots in the future?
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Yes, it feels like
Yeah.
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that like Blade Runner vibe. So yeah,
100%.
I'm excited for it, man. It looks good. It looks
I was
good.
gonna say, how many movies are those? Of those are they out there? But anyway,
Nothing like Blade Runner though, right? Silent Blade Runner is its own thing.
It is very much its own thing. Sour, I take it you've not watched Blade Runner.
no, I have watched Blade Runner.
Did you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you don't. Yes, you run into some of those like techno sci-fi movies and games and stuff, but it's kind of few and far between, or at least it had been up until recently. We've seen kind of a renaissance, right? Because we started seeing like cyberpunk, we saw cloudpunk, we saw a bunch of stuff come out recently, but for a long time it just kind of dropped off. So yeah, hopefully we'll see some more.
Yeah, definitely. Another, when I actually, because this game was announced like way back, like you mentioned. But I actually heard about this game after I saw Replace, which is, it has like a similar vibe to it, and
Yes.
it's a game that really intrigued me. And then I heard someone said, this game reminds me a lot of The Last Night. Where's The Last Night? And I'm like, The Last Night, what is that? So I searched it up, and when I saw it, it looks pretty good too. So I'm pretty hyped for both of them. Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of funny because actually, so when we saw that, I think it was last year when we were doing the E3 coverage or Gamescom, whenever it was that it popped up and we saw Replacement. I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was like, wait a minute, did Replaced just replace The Last Night? I was like, did they do a name change? Like, what's going on? And it's totally two different projects, but it just it very much had that feel.
I probably heard it from you, and I probably looked it up.
Probably. Probably. I was scratching my head for a minute when we first saw that because I was like, this is the same game. It's got to be. But
yeah. But anyway, let's move into our third pick. And for my third pick, I'll start right away. I got Stormgate, which is gonna be a free to play RTS, and it's from Frost Giant Studio. Which what got me super hyped, besides the trailer they showed us, is that it's from former creators of Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2, which are my two favorite RTS. So that really got me super intrigued, super hyped. And then as I've been looking around, the art looks amazing. It's being developed in Unreal Engine 5. It has HD visuals, 4K, and they're really pushing this game. They said they want to revolutionize what RTS is. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I'm pretty intrigued with what they have said so far. Um, some of the other things that got me hyped about this game, is gonna have a campaign mode, which is amazing, but you're also gonna be able to play cooperatively, and maybe I'm wrong, but I believe as I was reading, like it's not gonna be like these cooperate like gameplay, like where each person has like to like there's one host and then the other ones, they don't carry on like the story. I think they're trying to make it where like which that's amazing. Like if they can pull that off, that's pretty cool. They're also gonna have competitive mode or one versus one. They're gonna have the editor, of course, which that's gonna create many other games themselves, just like Warcraft 3 did, which it's pretty good. It's gonna have a built-in tournament system, which that's pretty cool also. And like I said, it's free to play. Um, yeah, basically, I don't know. The game really it excites me. I haven't played RTS in a long time, other than going back to Warcraft 3, which I always go back to every so often. I love that game, and I really have liked what I've seen from them. Like everything they showed in Steam, you can actually go in and look at some of the visuals, some of the videos they have, and it does look like a high quality RTS. So I know crazy you like RTS. Do you know what Stormgate is, or are you?
Yeah, I remember I saw it, and I'm pretty psyched up about it because I'm sad that World of Warcraft decided to go the way it went, because I always liked the way how World of Warcraft was before. The real time strategy. I always liked it the way it was before. But yes, I'm stoked up, and I can't wait to try out this game and hear more about it. It looks pretty cool.
How about the Command and Conquer? Wait,
Ah man,
no, Company of Hero, right? Or Command and Conquer? I'm confused.
Command and Conquer.
Command and Conquer. Yeah, yeah,
If I get another
yeah.
Command and Conquer back, I want Command and Conquer
what
Red Alert
what
2.
does the
Oh,
Command and Conquer um,
oof.
fanatic has to say about Stormgate?
Me? Oh, me or Silent?
No, silent, silent.
Oh, I thought it was
Not
me.
you,
I was like,
Conquer.
I was like,
What?
wait a minute.
not you, crazy.
I'm a Command and
Dude,
Conquer fanatic.
anytime that we get another RTS that I can play, I'm a happy camper. I wish that we would see more Command and Conquers. I'm right there with Crazy on that one. I wish we would see more, and I'm kind of convinced, unfortunately, that it's done. Like they've had one or two failures that were pretty sizable. They dropped off of things. As far as this one though, like it looks good. Um, I I'm one who tends to kind of go more back towards like that militaristic RTS though.
Okay.
So Command and Conquer is kind of more my speed as far as just like the environment, the characters, all that stuff. But I'll definitely try it. Like anytime a new RTS comes out, I'm more than happy to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is more of a human versus alien kind of approach.
Yeah, which would be cool too. Like I enjoy the sci-fi stuff, and from what I saw in that, it looks like something that I could get down on for sure. Like I could play that for a bit. But yeah, you say Command and Conquer, and I just want Command and Conquer.
Yep.
Speaking about commanding, Crazy, what's your third and final pick for most anticipated?
Ooh, man. You know which is my third and final pick? Because hell yeah, I finally got my game that I always wanted. Crime Boss Rocky City. This game is being developed by In-Game, which I really appreciate In-Game for making this game, because finally, man,
Yes.
when I saw this trailer, I went nuts. I mean, look, especially look at these cool characters are in this game. We got Michael Madsen as Travis Baker. We got Danny Trejo, Machete, as the dragon. You got Danny Glover as Gloves. Michael Rooker as Touchdown. Kim Basinger as Casey. Vanilla Ice, baby. As Yellow. Damian Portier as Nasara. And last but not least, man, when I saw this, man, I was like, yes! I mean, I was so hyped up. I jumped off my chair. I went insane. I went crazy because, hell yeah, finally got my Chuck Norris game. When I saw Chuck Norris in that game, man, I was so hyped up. I was so happy because I've been asking that for like how long? For like a year already? I was like saying I wanted my Chuck Norris game, and I finally got it, man. Oh, man, I'm super, super psyched for and man, hyped. I'm just crazy to play that game, man. You cannot believe it. I'm just happy that I finally saw Chuck Norris in the game.
How much did you pay for it?
What?
How much did you pay for them to put Chuck Norris in the game?
How much did I pay? Nothing, man. Hey, man, remember, Chuck Norris is the man. Nobody cannot go against Chuck Norris. I mean, remember, he got bitten by a cobra, and the cobra died after 5 days, man. No, it's true. It's true though. Heck yeah, man. It's Chuck Norris,
He
baby. You cannot mess with that.
he couldn't be the guy that got kicked by a stunt double. So
What?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
Could it be? What? What do you mean by that? Hmm.
Do some research later, Crazy.
Yes.
Okay.
You'll
Okay.
find out.
I'll find out. Okay. Well, let's say a little bit about the plot about the game. I'm gonna read it because it's probably gonna sound a little bit robotic, but yes, since the demise of the last crime boss, you take on the role of Travis Baker to try to become the new king of Rockay. You play solo or co. Choose your crew based on skill and expertise, which is interesting though, because I'll tell you something, guys. I saw 6 minutes of the game. They had a 6 minute gameplay, and I basically saw Payday, but with the story into it. Did you guys see Payday? Huh, Sourblow? Did you see the
Yep.
gameplay or not? Sourblow? What did
He's
He's like
he's going to make a world record. Keep
Oh,
going.
he went to make a record. Oh no!
Yep. Keep
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh man! So he wanted to.
Oh, I
So,
broke Crazy.
oh man, sounds real records. Oh dear lord! But hey, like I was saying though, I'm super psyched for this game. Saw 6 minute gameplay, and I really basically was like, this looks like Payday 2, because you gotta grab a couple people, have them have their expertise, like open safes, move things, do all sorts of stuff. So yeah, Silent, tell me, I know you're psyched about this game because it was one of the picks, and I actually took it away from you because heck yeah, it had to be my pick because it was Chuck Norris game. Man, I had to talk about it. So tell me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so for the chat, because they deserve to understand, they deserve to know what happened in the background. Crazy did not pick this game initially when we were doing our top 6, top 5, whatever it was initially, and I picked it, and he lost his mind.
Yeah.
He was like, "Wait a minute, you can't take Crime Boss away from me. I'm King Louis. Sourblow, put him in the timeout." And that's how I ended up in a timeout earlier. But no, this game looks interesting. I'm excited to play it. It from what we know, it's priced as a budget game. It looks like it's a budget game, but it looks fun. Like it's I'm trying to remember. I think if I remember correctly, they had a Miami Vice game that came out back in, I want to say it was original Xbox and PS2. It might have been Xbox 360 and PS3, but it was a budget game where it was like 20 or 30 bucks and you got what you paid for. But it was a fun experience. This feels like that. This feels like they paid a lot for the talent. In the game. The voice acting, all that stuff. But as far as like what we're gonna experience as a story and stuff, man, I don't know. But that being said, if it plays out like Payday, if a lot of the experience is kind of on the onus of like the player, like we make our own fun with it, just like what you do in Payday, that's cool. That's fine, as long as the multiplayer works out well and it's something that we can all jump into and have fun with. I'm all for it. I just think it's awesome that they got that many of those names tied to this game. Like I remember seeing that trailer with you.
Yeah.
And I think both of us were just sitting in disbelief because we're like, how did this just happen? How did they get like 7 or 8 of those people on this thing? Like it just, and Chuck Norris especially.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really have a history in gaming or anything. Like I am shocked that they got some of the folks they did. So.
And Danny Glover. I mean, how many times have you seen Danny Glover in a game? I mean, I was like, man, Danny Glover. I was like, I was waiting for? I was waiting for Mel Gibson to come by, man. I was like, yeah, we got Lethal Weapon in the house, man. But no, we didn't get Lethal Weapon though.
Yeah.
Oh man,
we were so close. So
Yeah,
close.
but in the 6 minute gameplay, there was this guy on the elevator. I was like, "Is that Steven Seagal?" I said, "No way, that can't be Steven Seagal," because he was actually pretty tubby, and I was like, "Nah, that can't be Steven Seagal."
Might
Mm.
be a surprise boss that they're not telling us about. He's the big boss
No,
in this game.
he will not accept it though, because Steven Seagal's always got to win. He can't die. Remember,
Yeah,
he is the tough
yeah.
guy. Not only that, Chuck Norris in the game, and he says that Chuck Norris is not a martial artist. So you know how Steven
You
Seagal is. Yeah,
you know what crazy though?
yeah.
We all die eventually, so Steven Seagal has to eventually face mortality.
Oh my
Yep.
Just saying. Not to bring a damper on anything.
I know,
but
I know, I know. But yeah, you know how he is, and he talks about things.
He
Like
is.
that.
Yeah.
Speaking,
But
speaking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Crazy.
oh no, I was gonna say though, but we know how he is, and yeah, we just gotta love him the way he is. He's a cool guy. I love how his martial arts moves, but yeah, he's a little bit on his head. But anyway, so
Well, speaking of death and dead, Silent, what's your final and third pick?
Sour, I'm really happy that you caught on to that segue that I was trying to line you up for. Yeah, so my last pick is Dead Space Remake. And my God, I just gotta say, like, for me, this is something that I've been really excited about for a long time, especially as soon as they made the Dead Space games backwards compatible on Xbox, and I got to play the game in some better fidelity, better quality, and stuff. Like, I've always thought, oh man, what if this thing got a remaster or a remake of some sort, where I could go back and I could fight these characters and relive this experience in like today's modern visuals. And that is 100% what this remake is. Like, I just went back over I think IGN did it. It was the first 18 minutes of the game again. And as I was sitting there watching it, I got the same feel as I did when I first played that game. I'm just sitting there watching through, and no spoilers obviously, but as I'm watching through those first 18 minutes, I'm just like, oh man, I just want to jump back into this world again, and I want to get involved with those characters. I want to experience that story again. Yes, there was a little bit of Alan Wake has it too, but there were definitely some spots where they kind of surprised you with, like, hey, you're going to have to backtrack through these things. Hey, you've lost your weapons or something like that. You're going to have to like rework your way to a certain point, or you get sabotaged or whatever. Again, I'm not going to go into spoiler territory specifically, but there are some moments in those games where like you feel like you've been slapped upside the head with like a real surprise in the storyline. And I can't wait to go back and play that. Honestly, like, it gets me excited for the potential that maybe we'd see like a Dead Space 2 remaster eventually as well. And I know that this game actually adds some of Dead Space 2, and I think they were saying even maybe 3, some of the story beats to kind of tie it together. Which makes me think like maybe the end goal is not that they're going to do a Dead Space 1, 2, and 3 remaster over time. But, just the fact that we have more stuff in the Dead Space ecosystem and in that world, like that, it gets me excited. So originally, when this thing was announced, because it was originally announced to be, it was reported, I think it was August of 2021 is when they were saying initially that it was going to end up releasing, I think by the end of 2022. It was like fall 2022, and then we ended up finding out that it had a delay. Right around that time when it finally got announced, we got the heads up that it was going to be at the end of January 2023, which did kind of bum me out because 2022, as we all know, was kind of a dud. There were a few good games, yes, for sure, but there was not near as much waiting for us, like in the backlog and stuff, as we expected, at least until the end of the year. And then we started seeing stuff like Callisto and all those that came out, and that kept us busy. But the fact that we're actually to the point where we're only a couple weeks out from this thing coming out, I am super stoked. I honestly kind of thought, because EA is EA, I figured we were never going to see something again in the Dead Space franchise, because Dead Space 3 was critically panned. Users were not a big fan. Like, the customer base was not a fan of the co-op decision that they decided to make for number 3. Yeah, which was unfortunate, because like I feel like co-op would work out really well with Dead Space. I just feel like number 3 was kind of a ham-fisted attempt. It felt like it was way more focused on the microtransactions and stuff like that than it was the actual experience of co-op in like a horror shooter. But the fact that EA has kind of turned over a new leaf recently, we've seen stuff like Skate getting a revival. We're going to see another Skate game. We've seen them greenlight letting Dead Space get a remaster. I'm hopeful that this means that we see like a good positive turn for EA. Sorry to like jump off of Dead Space specifically, but I think if this does well as like Skate and some of these things, I think we could see a cool resurgence from EA. And so maybe some of these remasters, some of these games that we grew up with, stuff like Army of Two, I think was through EA. And currently the only one that's backwards compatible is the very first game. They never had the 40th day. They never had the third game. They never made any of those compatible. So it makes me think like maybe they're going to try and jump into some of those old games and bring some more stuff back. But sorry,
No,
long
you're fine.
long explanation.
It's good. It's good.
For
It's good.
for me, real quick, Dead Space. I'm actually excited to play it. Um, it's not gonna be day one because I think I got a lot of things to play, but eventually, I am gonna play it, and I do want to play it because I was playing the first Dead Space. However, the moment I don't know, maybe I'll retry it again, the old version. But the time I jumped into it, I had just finished Titanfall 2, and then when I tried playing it, I mean, I got like through 3 or 4 levels, but it was like like I was loving like the game itself, the storyline, the environment was amazing. But like I felt like the gameplay wasn't like, I don't know, like I couldn't do it, like, so I just stopped playing it. But maybe now that I have been jumping back and forth to like older games, like for example, I just played like Metro Redux 2023, and I've been jumping to older games. Maybe now, because like Titanfall is like a very like, especially like that time you had the FPS boost and all that. So I don't know. I'll give it another shot, definitely.
Just say the truth. You were scared, man, because you ran out of ammo. Those creatures would kill your butt. You were
No,
just scared.
the
Yep.
Metro is just as like,
No,
No,
it's not.
no,
No. That space is a lot. The spaces are more
Yes.
tighter. The enemies
Yeah.
are more aggressive, man. They come at you like
I mean,
if you were
yeah,
like,
but what I mean is like, of course, like that space is more like you have more like the tension and all that, and the creatures you gotta kind of like,
hmm,
but I would say Metro, it wouldn't be like too far away from it. I don't think.
it's too far away from it.
Mm,
Metro is
it-
Metro's more
yeah.
open, and
Or
the
may
enemies are not that aggressive as as
Yeah.
Dead Space. Because in Dead
If
Space, you got to shoot their limbs off and everything. In Metro, you shoot them in the head or shoot them body. That's it. But Dead Space, you got to think how you
well
use your bullets too.
you
yeah.
gotta use it's well I would say it depends what difficulty you're playing on Metro for that, but also yeah, I think I would say the reaction to the monster are more like they just run at you, as of like, in Dead Space they react a little bit like more like differently, like more like, slip and slide and like,
They're more
yeah,
strategic.
exactly, yeah.
Um, the thing that I did want to say with that though is because you bring up the difficulty, and man, like you want a scary experience. Play Dead Space on the
Oh no, I'm not
on the
doing that.
hardest
That I'm not
difficulty.
doing. Definitely.
I did that. I did that, and I 1K'd the original game because I went through and I played it. It was a ridiculous situation, but I ended up going back. I played through the game again, and I looked at it, and I still had some achievements. I was like, oh, well, I'll just go back and I'll play it through the hard difficulty as well, and just get those achievements. And I got like halfway through the game by the time I got those achievements. And I looked at it and I still had one more, I think, that was to play it through like impossible mode or nightmare, whatever it was. And I was like, well, New Game Plus basically allows you to carry your old armor and it allows you to carry your upgrade guns. So I was like, all right, I'll go through and I'll just play it again. And so I proceeded to play it again. So I actually did 2.5 playthroughs of that game in the span of like 3 weeks. Which I enjoyed. Like I probably couldn't play a lot of games and do that many playthroughs like consecutively and enjoy it, but that one was really good because yes, it got less scary as I played, but you started to feel more OP, more confident in your weapons, in your like use of the weapons and some of that stuff as you were playing. But if you only got to like chapter 4 of the first game, you did not get to the scary part of that game. you need to go back and you need to play some more of that because that gets intense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How about you, Crazy? Are you excited for Dead Space?
Always, man, always. I love horror games, and horror games are for me, man. I mean, seriously, any horror game that comes out, I'm right there grabbing it. Really, I go crazy for those type of games, especially Dead Space. That game, man. Honestly, something. If you tell me, do you remember some stuff with Dead Space? Yes, I just remember those tight spaces, the aliens coming at you, especially those times. Silent, when you were jumping through space, to navigate to another part of the
Yes.
space station. Oh,
Yeah.
that was just awesome.
When the audio changed because of the lack of
Huh?
oxygen,
Yeah,
dude, it
it's,
changed the dynamic
yeah,
like a
it was.
lot. It was creepy.
Yeah, that game, man. Like I said, that game is intense. It's awesome. The bad guys are phenomenal. And no, barely making run. I have not played Callisto Protocol, and yes, I will play it one day on Twitch because I know you guys are gonna love me jump scaring. But yes, I will go and play it. I have it there installed. I'm waiting to be high on life to jump on that.
It's intense.
Mhm.
I look forward to watching you streaming that. I would like to see Sour stream it, but I'll take you stream.
Sour is Sour. I think won't play that game. Sour too scared to play that game.
Anyway, speaking of the games, just to end it, I mean, if we go over each one, we probably won't have time. But I would mention
Yep.
all the bigger titles, and then what I would do is I would have each one do like their final like closing like statement like on any of these games, or maybe you could pick one or two and give us a quick take on why you're excited for this game. We have Spider-Man 2, we got Zelda, we got Hogwarts Legacy, we got Redfall, Stalker 2, Starfield, Star Wars, Jedi Survivor. Those are like some of the maybe I might even be missing one or two like really big title, but I believe those are the major ones. So Silent, let me start with you. Like, do you have any take on anyone that you you want to do real quick before we end the stream?
Yeah, so I think the last 3 are the ones I'm interested in: Stalker 2, Starfield, and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Especially having just finished the original Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, just for the first time over the holiday season. I'm super excited for Jedi Survivor. That game played out really well, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they further that storyline. I honestly, I hope we continue to see more big presence of like Star Wars games moving forward. I know Ubisoft is supposed to have a game coming out at some point,
No, no, no.
but I think it's like a massive multiplayer. I don't really care about that. As
Um,
far as stuff like this, like the single player stuff, like I harken back to stuff like Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Jedi Outcast, stuff like that. That's what I enjoyed of those old games. So something like this intrigues me, and I can't wait for the sequel. Starfield, I'm really looking forward to it when it comes out, and I hope it shows up in the first half of the year, but I'm just hesitant to say that I expect it. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up at the holiday season. And Stalker 2, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Honestly, like that team has been through so much, and to see them even just working through this thing and to be able to deliver a product that we can sit there and play, I can't wait. You know, like I'm looking forward to seeing what they've been working on, because a lot of people put passion through that. A lot of people put blood, sweat, and tears literally into that game. So I can't wait.
Yeah, for me personally, like you, I would say those are the three games that excite me the most. And if I had to pick two, it would be then Stalker 2 and Starfield. Oh my God, Stalker 2, I especially like playing, playing through the metros now and seeing how, even though those are like kind of old games, but seeing how the environment and this one is gonna be an open world, like like kind of like the older Stalker, and seeing the gameplay, the mechanics, the graphic, and I feel like this game is really gonna surprise a lot of people, and honestly, I think that this game is no one mentioned it, but I think this game is capable of winning Game of the Year, and I feel bad that no one actually mentions it when it comes to their picks on possible Game of the Year. And then the other one, of course, is Starfield, which I'm planning to play for hours and hours. I'm a huge fan of space and RPGs, so you put them together, you got me there definitely. And Skyrim was great, Fallout, amazing. So I'm super excited to see what else they're gonna show. They have showed, even though they haven't shown a lot, but to me they have actually shown a lot because I've been following the game a lot, and there's a lot of details and stuff. So super excited. I can't wait to the showcase. Well, to the Starfield showcase, but of course the next one too. But crazy. Out of these games, do you have any final take?
hmm. Man, honest, because you guys mentioned all those games, I'm hyped for. But man, I'm hyped for Hogwarts Legacy and Redfall. Those are the two big games I'm hyped for. Stalker 2 already talked about it, which yeah, yes, I'm also hyped for that game because of the way it looks. It's just beautiful. Stalker 2, no doubt on everything you guys said about it. It's just amazing. So Hogwarts Legacy, I want to play that game because you know why? Because after you watch, I don't have you guys seen the Wednesday TV show? Did you guys see that?
I haven't. No.
No. Everyone
Yeah.
in the family has watched it except for me. I
Oh
refuse.
my! Why do you refuse? It's such a good TV show. I mean, Wednesday you can actually put it like in the Howard Potter world. Howard Potter, Harry Potter. World. Oh my god!
Dumbledore.
Oh man!
Here we
Yeah.
here we
Bumbledore.
Bumblebore. We got
here we go
Bumblebore.
here we go
And,
again
and,
with
and look,
Howard Potter.
Howard Potter. Yes, Howard Potter.
Crazy. Don't start again with you read
What?
the books and you saw the movies. Don't start with that
Yeah,
again.
this
No,
song. I mean,
you have
what
not.
is
No,
some
you
of that?
haven't.
Yes, I have. But I mean, I'm comparing the Wednesday one with with the Howard Potter
Yeah,
one.
that shows how much you.
Who's-
Yeah.
Who's the main character? Howard? Howard? Sourblow. I've seen the movies. I've read the books.
So I would put the tall lady from the Wednesday show, put him as Professor Bumblebore, right? So then you got the evil teacher who is Professor Snippins, right? And then thing will be Blubby. What was it, Blubby, Blub, or whatever the guy's little name is, Blubby,
It's
the
crazy.
little guy.
Please just stop, man. Just stop.
Just
Just
go.
stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Just say you enjoy it. Just say
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
enjoy
I mean,
it.
I would
Good
say
Lord.
something just to run around, get into Slytherin house, become the evil wizard and all that cool stuff, man. Really,
Have you know what? You said something
What?
interesting right there. Will
What?
you be able to play as like a evil? I don't think they said you will, because that would be interesting, kind of like Fable, where you can actually be
I think,
like
I think,
evil.
I think, I think you have I think you can choose which side you want to be on. I think you can choose you want to be a good wizard or bad wizard. I think you can do that because basically, if you go to Slytherin, Slytherin aren't the really good guys, isn't it, from the show, or is it the I
that
forgot the name of the
that
houses. I don't
crazy.
remember.
That show how much you know about Harry Potter, but
What,
but
what 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 house was Harry Potter in though? I forgot. Was it the Hufflepuff?
Gryffindor, man.
Yeah, Gryffindor. But there's a house called Hufflepuff, right?
Yes, there
Jesus.
is.
Okay,
Oh,
did I say it?
good Lord.
Okay, okay. But anyway, so let's talk a little bit about Redfall because you guys have not mentioned a lot of Redfall, man. After I read everything about Redfall, man, I am so psyched about Redfall. Redfall is a game, I mean, that is going to be big, open world. It's going to have like the Far Cry element. You running around chasing after vampires. You got all these cool weapons. You can find pool cues broken down. Make your own stakes, and it gives me the like I said on Monday. It really gives me the vibe of the Lost Boys. I don't know if you've seen that movie. Have you seen that movie, Sourblow, Lost Boys?
Not really, no.
You have not seen that? Oh my god!
What?
Oh my
Let me,
god!
Oh,
let me. Maybe I
God.
have.
Oh,
I don't know.
I, and I only have one petition to make on that game, and they have to start the game with the "Cry Little Sister." If not, man, it's doomed. They gotta start that game with that
Yeah.
song.
Yep.
Yeah, because that game gives you that vibe. But man, Redfall, man, I cannot wait for that announcement. I'm psyched for that game. It's gonna be insane.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's time kind to end the stream, so I'll leave it with you, crazy. Do the outros,
All right.
and I just gotta say, it's been amazing getting back with you guys. But go ahead, do the outros.
Oh man, it's been one heck of a show. I mean, I'm happy we are back. I'm happy we're finally streaming because I'm gonna say something I've been craving. It's been bothering me. I wanted to come back, hang out with you guys, talk games, have fun. Really, it was great. Chat, you guys, like always, are amazing. You kept this chat rocking and rolling. We had a lot of fun, especially the the Oreo cookie thing, which got Sourblow mad. Oh my god. Sourblow, yes, Oreo cookies are overrated. But Sourblow, let's start with you. Please tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
Okay. Well, first of all, I wasn't that mad about the cookies. Now,
Oh,
when they started making fun of me about wrestling, now that was bad, Jen. That was bad. You got to you get a timeout next time in
He
the
was
chat.
he was spot on. He was spot on.
Oh
Oh my
man.
god.
But anyway, of course you can find me here Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific every Wednesday here in the XBI podcast. You also can find me on Twitter, Sourblow18, Xbox Sourblow18. If you see me connected and you want to play games, you can always hit me up. My son might be playing sometimes, or
Mhm.
sometimes I might show disconnected. You can still text me because sometimes I might be playing like a single player game, and if you hit me up, I'm more than willing to play with you. And yeah, basically that's where you can find me. Crazy.
All right, cool, man. All right, Silent Cypher, our cool and awesome. Wait, but our captain did not do the landing thing. But okay, we'll leave it for next time. Silent Cypher, please tell everybody where they can find you, brother.
Crazy. It's because we're changing things up for 2023.
Oh, okay.
But where you can find me is all over the place. You can find me as Silent Cypher on Xbox, PlayStation, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, wherever the social medias are. you can find me. You can find me a little bit more on Twitter and TikTok now. You don't find me on Xbox Live very often. Unfortunately, I've been fairly busy with work. I'm hoping that'll change soon, but we'll see. We'll see. And yeah, I've got some projects I'm kind of working on in the background. Obviously, as you can tell, I have changed my current location for my podcasting. It is to hopefully maybe do some more VO stuff and maybe try and get some other things going over time. So hang with me. Check out Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all those ones. I think there's some cool things coming out this year. So fingers crossed, we'll have some cool things coming soon.
All right, Crazy.
All right,
Before
awesome.
you take it
Awesome.
away,
All right. Yes.
I have some announcements real quick. So just like we had a new intro, we have a new outro, which that's why you'll see, Crazy. You'll see anyway. And next
Oh my
week,
God.
hopefully, we will have another announcement. So let's see how it goes.
Oh dear Lord.
But take it
what
away.
did you do with the outro? Oh my God, I'm gonna kill you.
But thank you,
Well-
everyone. Thank you, everyone, by the way, for
mhm.
coming here and being in the chat. You guys are amazing.
Oh man. Well, where you can find the crazy one, simple and easy. You can find me at Twitter, where I can say good morning, everybody. I'll do all sorts of crazy things. Which, hey guys, I'm gonna come up with some cool new extra stuff. I'm working on it. Really, I am, so we can have a lot of fun on Twitter. Also, you can find me on Mondays at the Xbox Lunch Break Special at 12 p.m. noon with Mr. Boomstick, Fuzzy Belvedere, and Mr. WebDave hanging out, chilling, talking about what's going on in the gaming world. And last but not least, and yes, what General C is saying that Oreos are overrated. I do agree with you, my brother. You can find me here on Xbox International Podcast at 7 p.m. with my brothers Silent Cypher, Sourblow, and the Mr. Big Plume whenever he can come around. And guys, before I go, I need to make one last announcement that tomorrow I will be at the Purple Haze Show at 8 p.m. ET, hanging out with her, chilling and talking about cool stuff. So hang out, because I got some crazy stories, some crazy questions he's going to ask me to answer. So we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. So go over to her channel, subscribe, and see y'all tomorrow at 8 p.m. ET. So yeah, guys, like I always say, remember. Let's go, let's rock, and let's get crazy. Yes, see you all next Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Until the captain turns off this live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at our destination. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off this live stream. On behalf of Xbox International, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you aboard next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.